What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. For those of you new to the channel, my name is Vince Warburton and this is VW Fitness. Today we're talking about the Build Fast Formula Full Blitz pre-workout. Let's get to it. Alright guys, so before we get into today's video, I just want to give you guys a quick reminder that the website is still up currently. You can pick up your official VW Fitness Shaker Cup. I am still mailing those out. Samples still are on hold for the time being. I hope everyone out there is staying safe and able to do some at-home workouts. With that being said, guys, let's jump into today's review. If you guys are new to the channel, we'd like to break down a pre-workout review into 4 different parts. We're going to talk about number 1, price. Number 2, the label ingredient breakdown. Thirdly, the taste, and last up, the effects. So let's just jump right into it, guys. This comes in at $39.99 in terms of the price. Now, this is an interesting serving size because it includes 24 servings per container. That works out to about $1.67 per serving, which is kind of interesting. 24, I guess the idea would be maybe they're training 6 days a week kind of thing, and you're taking it for a month's supply here. Now, in terms of the price point, guys, that does come in at a 3 out of 5 on my consistent pricing scale. I think that kind of sits right in the middle kind of above average a little bit in terms of pricing. So in terms of the pricing scale, guys, I think eventually the pricing scale will tend to change as we continue to review more and more supplements, because that average is going to continue to grow and expand in terms of the average price point. The scale will change, but for the time being, I am doing it still on the consistent scale that I've been on, and this comes in at a 3 out of 5. Now, I will fully disclaim, guys, that they did send this to me. Now, this is an interesting one, kind of a little bit of a backstory, I guess. We all have some time, I'm sure, as we stay at home quarantined. But Build Fast Formula actually sent this out to me for free. It showed up to my San Diego address. Unfortunately, I tried reaching out to them to try to change it. I unfortunately never heard back. It got delivered to my old address. Fortunately, it was put into one of those like Amazon locker kind of things at my old building. And a friend of mine, Lauren, shout out, was able to go over there and actually go pick it up and then send it to me here in Austin, Texas. So without her help, I would have never gotten these products. They would have probably sat there. So I got to give them a big thank you for sending it to me. They did send me a couple other products. You guys might be able to see one. The Vaso Blitz is back here. We'll talk about that in a future video. And then we have a couple of their proteins. I don't know if you guys can see down here that we will talk about as well. So, you know, they sent me their full line, which is great. And yeah, let's just jump right into the label ingredient breakdown, guys. We'll pop that up here now. We start out with a 20-gram scoop. That is for 2 scoops here. We start out with the Vaso Blitz and BA blend, which starts out with 6 grams of L-citrulline. I've talked about citrulline a lot on the channel. I love that dosing. 4 to 6 is kind of what I like to see. Next up, we have 3.2 grams of beta-alanine. That's kind of responsible for those beta tingles, if you will. 3.2 is kind of the efficacious dose. We don't really tend to like to see anything less than 3.2, so that's good dosing right there. 2.5 grams of the betaine anhydrous. Again, perfect dose, kind of the standard dose, the efficacious dose, if you will, and responsible for, you know, increasing power output. Overall, going to help with the workout. Next up, we have 2 grams of the arginine nitrate, which is going to help with the pumps, blood flow as well. All right, then last up, we have 2 grams of the calcium lactate. All these ingredients are kind of more based around pump and getting that full vascularity going within the body, which is great to see. And then the second portion of this label is going to be your energy focused nootropic blend. So we start out with 800 milligrams of the 2-dimethyl amino ethanol bitartrate, which is going to be basically DMAE, which you guys may or may not have seen. This is known as somewhat of a nootropic. It can help with cognitive function. It's also been shown to help with Alzheimer's patients. Obviously, in our case, we are looking at it in terms of a nootropic, so I think 800 milligrams is a good amount. Next up, we have 335 milligrams of the caffeine anhydrous. Obviously, that's going to be responsible for helping us with the energy and focus. And then last up, we have 2.3 milligrams of the yohimbine bark extract, standardized for yohimbine HCl. Overall, that's going to help with fat burning, going to help with that energy as well. Obviously, there's somewhat of some negative side effects that can come with yohimbine. I personally don't really experience too much of that, but we'll see how we go with this formula here. Overall, in terms of the label, guys, fully disclosed. Everything's right here. I think it's a very simple, to the point label. I like that sometimes. I think there's days where I want something that's very, you know, simplistic efficaciously dosed. It has kind of the staple ingredients that I'm looking for. Obviously, is it missing a few things in my opinion? Of course, it's missing, you know, some creatine, you know, maybe some estrogen for absorption, you know, maybe a few more focus ingredients. But if you want a simple kind of label here, I think this is definitely a go-to. I think I could definitely see myself utilizing this potentially as a daily driver, if you will. And with that being said, I am going to give it a 4 out of 5. I think it's still a great label. I just think it is missing a couple of those kind of key ingredients that I would like to see. All right, so let's move right into the flavor taste profile and get into that. This does come in 4 different flavors. They did send me the grape bubblegum here. I have not tried this, guys. It's completely sealed, as you guys can see here. And looking forward to giving this a try. This recommends 8 to 10 ounces of water. We do have 10 ounces of water here, and let's get to it. So remember, guys, 1 serving is 2 scoops. Give this a nice good shake. Okay. So a good amount of foaming, as you guys can see here. Yeah, good amount there. Bottom, minor sediment, I would say a little bit more than I typically see, but nothing kind of out of ordinary. Obviously color here, as you guys can see, is kind of a purple kind of flavor. Now grape and bubblegum are honestly not my favorite flavors. I would have probably preferred their rainbow candy because I'm kind of more of a fruit punch kind of flavor preference in terms of that. But yeah, we'll give it a nice good taste test. Cheers. Yeah, it has that kind of initial grape kind of flavor and kind of that kind of grape, yeah, grape bubblegum. It tastes like it's supposed to. I think it is a little bit funky, I'll be honest. It's just not my favorite. This would not be my go-to. Everything mixed very well. It's a very smooth kind of flavoring here. It has that kind of grape flavor and then kind of a sour kind of flavor on the back end. Yeah, you taste a little bit of the bubblegum. I see what they're going there for. You know, those like pink kind of bubblegum, you know, candies that you used to get, you know, in the piñata or whatever. I'll put it up on screen, but yeah, it kind of tastes a little bit like that on the back end, that kind of pink bubblegum kind of flavor. I think it's a very interesting and very different kind of flavor profile they were going for here. In terms of it, I am going to give it like a 2 out of 5 in terms of the flavor, in terms of this flavor. Now, like I said, very subjective. You could try some of the other flavors. I'm sure they might be a little bit better. I just, for me personally, I'm not a huge fan of grape in the first place. And the bubblegum kind of throws it off for me a little bit as well. But in terms of the mixability and everything there, everything mixed very well. The texture of the drink is really nice and smooth. All right, guys, so with that being said, I'm gonna smash the rest of this back. I'm gonna head downstairs to the garage. I'm gonna do an at-home full body workout. I just did legs yesterday, so it'll be interesting to kind of see how we go today. It's been very interesting, you know, being quarantined and whatnot, and staying inside. I do a run to warm up now. It's about a 15-minute run around the park and back, and then I work out in the garage with pretty much bands and TRX bands, and that's kind of what I've got for now. So anyway, guys, smash the rest of this back. We'll come back, we'll talk about the effects. We'll see you guys here soon. All right, guys, we just finished up that 1 hour full body workout, 15 minute, it was about 16 minute run, about 1.5 miles around the park and back. That's kind of one of the benefits, I guess, of doing these at-home workouts is you guys are going to get like really true effects like immediately after. It's fresh in my brain. You can just literally come right back upstairs and talk about the product. So, you know, excuse me for my lack of, you know, no breath here. I'm just a little spent. So, you know, with these full body workouts, it's a lot more aerobic movement, a lot of like interval training, a lot more, you know, cardiovascular stuff rather than, you know, strength and power necessarily, because I don't have any dumbbells. I don't have anything like that. So let's talk about the effects of the Build Fast Formula Full Blitz. I'll be honest, I felt a little bit of an energy kick about halfway through the run. So about 10 minutes, I guess, into after taking the product. I didn't get any beta alanine tingles. It was kind of interesting. I didn't feel those at all. I just started to feel a lot more heat, and that's probably more than likely the yohimbine, kind of those cold sweats kind of thing. I personally like it. I mean, as you guys can tell, I'm soaked right now. Nothing changed today. The weather was not extraordinarily hot here in Austin. It wasn't more humid necessarily than yesterday when I did a lower body workout in the garage. Same sort of equipment, same sort of exercises as well. Because we did a full body today, there were a lot of crossover exercises from yesterday into today. So overall, I mean, I felt like I was burning more fat potentially, or expending more energy, I guess is the best way to put it. Energy levels right now are really, really high. I feel really good. I was kind of feeling sluggish earlier today. This workout was later in the afternoon, early evening. And to be honest with you, I just feel like it's one of those daily driver kind of pre-workouts. This would be something good on the daily. So in terms of the pump, I think it's kind of hard to judge because with at-home workouts and kind of that style of training, it can be a little more difficult when you're not emphasizing a certain body part like today, you know, where it was full body, it was legs, you know, arms, chest, back, core, a lot of core work today. So, you know, overall, I think it's a great daily driver. I think it's a little high in caffeine if you guys are caffeine sensitive. You know, 335 is a good amount. I think that's a solid amount. I still think it's missing some of those core ingredients that we talked about earlier. But overall, I think it's a good daily driver. I think it gives you the right amount of energy, no jitters, no stomach issues. I just feel overall a good amount of energy, a good amount of focus. Pump wise, again, can't really tell. In terms of the effects, I think this is a solid daily driver. That's what I would honestly say about this pre-workout. I think overall it's solid, and I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 5. All right, so with that being said, guys, I'm gonna wrap up the video here. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you smash that thumbs up button, hit the subscribe and bell for notifications. And as always, we'll see you in the next one.